I do see the home values going up over the last 2 or 3 months, so maybe I'll wait. Be careful though.
Better yet, you can always hire an independent appraiser, and you can pay for your own appraisal, and you can have it appraised. And then you don't have to list it at what that appraisal comes in at. It's just for your knowledge.
Right.
That's just an additional.
You gotta sacrifice. You wanna move like bosses move.
YMA, Young Millionaires Association.
All right, guys. Welcome to the YMA Nation podcast, episode number 108.
108.
It's your show, dude, and you going quiet. You gotta get some
What?
Episode 108.
I got the ump.
All
I was
right.
in like mid thought
Real
because
estate
we were
Wednesday.
talking, and you got me all.
All excited about everything else. Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. Real Estate Wednesday. I am Joe Wallace, and this is
Rebecca Wallace.
And we're going to have a good show today, right?
We are.
If you're on right now, make sure you take a moment to like, comment, and
subscribe.
Dude,
Do it.
the subscribers, we are like rolling right now.
That's awesome. Good job, guys.
Thank you, guys. I hope you guys are like truly enjoying the show. Obviously, right? Because they coming back, they watching the show, they putting the thumbs up on it, they leaving comments. So, can you imagine when we first started and getting like 60 views on the first episode, and then just like constantly grinding and growing and growing. Now it's almost like on auto, right? Just the subscriber just come. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. We appreciate your support.
Truly appreciate it. Make sure you hashtag YMA Nation down in the comment section, and down in the description, Good Vibrations. Make sure you go check out Good Vibrations after the podcast. You can just go down, see in the description, Good Vibrations, click the link, and check out the video. Let us know what you think on the video. Leave a comment for us.
There we go.
All right, let's go. Real Estate Wednesday.
Real Estate Wednesday. Okay, folks.
Okay, folks.
All right.
Y'all about to get it, folks.
So typically we talk more on the what to do's and more informational, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is somewhat informational, but this is very, very important when you're buying and selling a property.
Okay.
Right? Communication is key. Communication is key. Throughout the process, communication is key to a variety of people that are helping you either purchase and getting from that contract to close, or in the selling process.
So you say they got to commute the key?
Communication is key.
See, that's a lesson right there, because I want to show you guys how important it is to listen when you communicate. Communication is key, but you have to listen to be able to communicate.
You have to. You have to. So communication can really make or break your deal.
Okay.
If you're under contract, communication, you have to be in constant communication with your agent, with lender, especially on the buyer side of the transaction. Sellers, you have to be in communication too with your agent that's representing you, your listing agent. The attorney's office is going to need information from you to be able to close the property. So it's very important that you are communicating with the people involved in the transaction to bring that transaction to a close, so that you can either sell your property or you can purchase your property.
If you are a buyer or a seller and you are 30 days prior to closing on your property, get on your lender and agent's nerves. I know she don't want to hear this, but get on their nerves. Like, you want to make sure everything is going as seamless as possible. Just send a quick text or an email like, hey, everything good to go? Yes. 5 days later, hey, just checking in. Is everything good to go? Yes. But that little small thing of communication to a lender where they may say, well, no, we actually need da-da-da. We sent it to you in your email. And like, oh, I didn't see that. Let me get that back to the lender.
Right. And so we're going to talk a little bit about both sides. I want to touch on the selling side first because that is just a little bit of a shorter list, right?
Okay.
But it is important to communicate with your agent. If you are selling your property and you're getting showings but you're not getting offers, you're going to want to communicate to your agent. Hey, are we getting feedback on the property? What are other agents saying that are bringing their clients to see the property as part of that feedback? Do you think we have the property listed at the right price? Am I in the right price point? Because some sellers are like, well, I know I can get this for my house and I want to list it at this, but the comps don't match what you want to list it for. So it's important to communicate those things with your agent and y'all to have an open line of communication so that y'all can work together to come up with a solution if things are not moving the way that you, the seller, see that they should move. You need to be communicating that to the agent and allowing them to fix it. And what we
If
see,
you are the seller, real quick, if you are trying to sell your house and you think your house is valued at a certain amount, and your seller said, well, I think based on the comp that you should get, that you should be able to get X amount of dollars for it, not like this price that's $30,000 or $40,000 higher. Look at the data and the statistic, like see how if the value of the homes are trending up, it may behoove you to wait, a month or two and say, hey, instead of putting my house on the market now, I do see the home values going up over the last 2 or 3 months, so maybe I'll wait. Be careful, though.
Better yet, you can always hire an independent appraiser and you can pay for your own appraisal and you can have it appraised. And then you don't have to list it at what that appraisal comes in at. It's just for your knowledge.
Right.
That's just an additional piece of information that you have to say, hey, well, an appraiser valued my home at this. I think my home is worth this, and my agent is giving me this number. And then you can come up with some form of a medium if it doesn't come in where you think it should come in.
Right. So that's good information, because if an appraiser tell me $250, my agent tell me $250, and I feel that I want to get $290 out of the house, my house might be sitting out there for a long period of time. Unless
Right.
I'm lucky, how the COVID did and all our home prices spiked up.
I started off checking it every other week, just like most people do. Then it got out of control. I couldn't help myself. I started checking it day after day after day. I didn't realize that I was becoming addicted until my wife said something.
What did she say?
She said, it's just a credit score, relax.
Are you checking your credit score?
Huh? Hold on.
Now they told me $250, but now I could get $290 because the homes in the area going for $290 because of the spike, because everybody's buying.
Right.
And that was just, that was just happened to be an
The
anomaly.
scenario, right,
That
right.
was an anomaly. So
You have to be realistic, but that is part of the communication process. If you are unsatisfied with things that are coming in, like the repair, when you get the repair request, have those talks with your agent of things that you really want to do, things that you have to do, and things that aren't necessary. So just make sure you're in good communication with your agent. And then, of course, with the closing attorney, if you have to be on top of your emails. So if whatever email, phone number they have for you, they may call you and need information. They may email you, they need information. So you have to be ready, willing, and able to give them the information that they need so that they can bring the transaction to the closing table.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You wanted me to jump back in. I've been coming in
Jumping
and out
in.
of your show,
Yeah.
so I'm going to let you keep going. I ain't
Well,
going to keep interrupting your show.
We're going to talk to the buyers now.
Okay. Hold on. All right, buyers, get ready.
Well, okay. So the buying side of the transaction is a whole lot more to that part of it because most buyers are going through a lender. They are obtaining a mortgage in order to purchase the property. And so therefore, it is just a whole lot more detailed than selling, right? It's more detailed for the agent and it's more detailed for the buyer. And unfortunately, the lender is not going to be communicating with your agent 24/7 on what you have or have not done with the said lender. So if you're with a lender and, 2 weeks in, and then your agent calls the lender, hey, how's the loan going? Is everything running smooth? And then the lender says, well, we sent these emails to them and we're waiting on all of their bank statements and we haven't gotten their disclosure signed, so we can't send it to processing to get processed to go to underwriting. You're 2 weeks into the contract, which means you should be closing in about 2.5 weeks. And so now you're not going to close in 2.5 weeks because the appraisal hasn't been ordered. Nothing's been done that needs to be done on the loan. And the agent is oblivious to what's going on because the lender's communicating with you as the client, as the buyer.
Let me say, I'm going to give an applaud to our agent. This was like a long time ago, like 5 years ago. But she was very thorough during our process. And she said, if you get something, forward it to me, and I'll help you through it. So if you have any questions, send it to me. Send me everything. And if you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to walk you through it.
Yep.
And
I mean,
our process was like, after we found the house, that process was easy, except for the lender kept asking for stuff.
Right.
And she'd be like, okay, she told me to save it.
Yeah.
Save everything, put it in a folder.
And even the pyramid group with Keller Williams.
Even the pyramid group with Keller Williams.
We are very much inclined to assist you.
I'm glad you brought those guys up. I'm going to have to jump in because the pyramid group with Keller Williams. We had to raise the volume on that one. But the pyramid group with Keller Williams, yeah, round of applause for those guys.
But we really do. So I tell the agents, all the agents on the team, we really do try to stay as engaged as we possibly can through that process, through the lending process. But a lot of buyers do not understand. And I'm really wanting to emphasize this so much because we get it. You're fresh, you're new to this, you don't understand how the process works if you're a first-time home buyer. And I hear that phrase probably more than any phrase. Well, I just don't know where to start. I'm new to all this. I don't know what to do. And that's fine. That's all good and well. That's the importance of having an agent that can help you through the process. But you have to understand that your agent can only take you so far in the process before they are depending on you to communicate information to them. Without that communication of information, your agent in this market is so busy, they don't have time to call a lender every day to see the status of your loan.
Give them
They
an
just
example. So if I was on the opposite side of the camera right now, and I'm sitting there watching this, and I'm like, what does she mean by that? Like, give them an example.
What do you mean?
So you said if you are a buyer and you have to keep the agent informed.
Oh, like I just said, So the agent really is not going to have time to call your loan officer every day.
So that's an example.
So that's an example, because if the lender is saying, well, you need this and I haven't gotten this yet and I need for you to sign this document or whatever, or you're getting emails. A lot of times the lenders don't do anything but send emails.
And they only send it to you.
And they
don't
only send it to you.
Yeah,
they don't copy the
agent
agent on the email.
Right.
So if you're not signing those documents, if you're not getting over the documents that they're requesting, the lender is very busy too. They don't have time to call the phone, pick up the phone and call the agent every time.
They are not going to. They are not going to babysit you because they probably got 20 or 30 other people trying to close on a house.
More
and
than that.
If you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you're going to sit in a stack until you get your life together.
So I cannot stress the importance. If you don't understand something in your email, then talk to your agent or have your agent call the lender. Y'all get on a conference call and say, hey, my client's really not understanding this. I'm not in a position to really explain the lending side to them, but I would love to get on a conference call so that we can understand, so I can help my client get what you need. And that way we can get the process going. But if no one is communicating, then what happens is your loan gets pushed out or you get denied for the loan and your contract gets canceled and you end up losing money as the buyer, which a lot of people don't have money to lose.
Right.
That you've invested into a property.
No one should have money to lose. I don't care how much you make.
Yeah. So, and another thing that has to be communicated is, this goes back to the communication with your agent to understand what you need as the buyer. That is from the location, from the price, from how much money you have to be able to put down for your down payment and for your closing cost. Because the worst feeling is going under contract, getting the loan process started, and you think that you're going to be moving into a house in 30 to 45 days, but you don't have enough money to close. And it's happened. And it happens. And it's all about communication.
All about communication.
Because your agent could have got more closing costs for you, or could have said, hey, we don't need to put a contract. We need to get your credit where it needs to be and maybe get you qualified for a first-time home buyer program. But some people are so like, I got to move like right now. I got to buy a house tomorrow. Well, if you need to buy a house tomorrow, that means you got to have money to buy a house.
And you should have been planning months ahead of time. Yeah.
Ahead of time. You can't think that your down payment money and your closing cost money is going to fall from the sky, because it's not going to happen. You have to have reserves. You have to have money saved up. And I'm having this hard conversation because I want you to be over prepared. And I know Joe has stressed it on the Wealth Building Monday, and I don't feel like on the Real Estate Wednesday that I've stressed it enough to our buyers and our sellers.
Being over prepared.
Yep.
That's life in general. Be over prepared. Get ahead of life. Don't wait till something comes in the mail, a collection come in the mail, and you got like a 710 credit score, and you ignore the collection, and then you find out that, hey, they put this on you ignored the letter. You had the letter for 3 weeks. Get ahead of life. Like, address everything. I talked on Wealth Building Monday about, that was Friday, last Friday. I was talking about like things, when I say things that I've learned. Like,
right.
So that was an important thing I learned. But here's something else that I learned in life. Get ahead of it.
Right.
Like, be ahead of life. And what I mean by that is, like, take actions always. If anything happens, if you get a speeding ticket, like, don't wait. You start getting ready. Oh, I got to pay this, or I got to call, or I got caught, or whatever the case. Get ahead of life. Everything in your life, get ahead of life.
Yeah,
be ahead of it.
And I wanted to have just a real I try to be informative with it at the same time. So, like you said, people get examples of what to communicate and how to communicate. But just understand the importance of that. And if you do have questions, you can call the Pyramid Group with Keller Williams at 864-249-1437. We're here to answer your questions. We do have, procedures in place to be able to do that and to be able to get you in a place to where you understand the process. And we try to explain the process so you know what to look for.
Give them the phone number one more time.
864-249-1437.
Bam.
That's it.
And you don't have to be in South Carolina or the upstate. If you have questions, if you're interested in becoming a homeowner or selling your home, you can call the Pyramid Group and they'll be more than happy to help you out. 864-249-1437.
Yep.
Bam.
Bam.
Bam. Look at that. Look at that. Guys, thank you so much for watching Real Estate Wednesday. Thank you for giving all that information. You were serious today. So listen, guys, I want you to take this serious because, this is not a game. You guys want to become homeowners. I need you to do what you need to do or I'm going to have to jump through the camera and it won't be pretty.
I didn't even say anything about jumping through the camera.
That's how I took it. That's how I took it. But thank you guys. Hey, make sure you comment in the comment section, hashtag YMA Nation down in the comment section, guys. Make sure you give us a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you need to subscribe ASAP. Now, we'll see you guys on Friday.
You gotta sacrifice. You wanna move like bosses move.
YMA, Young Millionaires Association. Yeah, see, that's the association.